It's time for another episode of Raising Courageous Leaders by Mr. Bonke Shipalana. That's my dad.
For us Africans to reposition ourselves for the future of the marketplace, to reposition ourselves from being buyers to being sellers, we need to trust in God and we need to see God as the source. And those are going to be the 2 points that I'm going to summarize that are going to help us reposition ourselves from buyers to sellers. The first point is trust in God. Trust in God. Having grown up in church, been in business, I had lots of friends who are Christian, I realized that most of us believe in God but never reach a level where we trust God. Most of us believe in God but never reach that new higher level of trusting in God. The simplest way I can dramatize the difference between trust and believe, somewhere in Canada there was a young guy who used to be a great tightrope walker, and after doing it between buildings and getting fame, he decided to do it between two areas, and there was a big waterfall in between. So people were standing on both sides clapping hands for him. He walked from the left to the right on a tightrope 3,000 meters above ground, and everyone clapped hands for him. Second time he did the same thing, but this time he actually was pushing a wheelbarrow from this side to that side. People clapped hands for him. He asked, "Do you believe I can do this again?" Everyone clapped hands for him. He took a pack of milli that weighed 100 kilograms, put it inside the wheelbarrow, pushed it from left to right, and then actually went back, and people clapped and says, "Do you believe I can do this again?" Everyone clapped hands for him. He took out the milli bag and looked at the audience and asked one simple question: "Is there anyone who volunteers to get into the wheelbarrow? I'll push you from left to right, right to left." Silence. No one was willing to do it. It simply means that the audience believed in him, but they did not trust him. The audience believed in what he was doing, but they did not trust him. Trust requires risk. Trust requires participation. Trust requires involvement. Trust requires taking leadership. Trust requires ownership. Trust requires responsibility. You can't say you trust something if you're not inside or doing it or participating or owning the process. Most of us are believers who are out there clapping, "Wow, the richest man in Africa. Wow, the richest man in South Africa. Wow, he's donating this and that and that. Now we need a relief fund, so we're getting it from so and so. Well done." That is belief in someone. Trust requires you to participate. Trust requires you to make a movement. For us to become sellers, we have to trust in God. We believe that God can do things for others, but we don't believe that God can do things for us. We believe that God can do things through other people, but we don't believe that God can do it through me. If God can give XYZ $1 billion, why can't I get it? Why can't I start a business to have that $1 billion? So we need to progress and grow from belief, which is external view, to trust, which is internal participation.
Stop waiting for someone to rescue you.
You must have patience and engage in consistent action.
Find the inspiration within yourself.
Patience
to rise above and be your own hero. Join Bonke Shipalana on The Power Within for 4 hours of inspiration.